Hi everyone, welcome to Project Udan, celebrating every voice. Today in our studios we have Sakshi Chainwala, where the journey of a transformation from a fashion specialist to a baking specialist. Let us hear from Sakshi Chainwala, who has taken out her time from her busy schedule helping a lot of clients. Let us hear from her what is her journey from threads to treats. Let us welcome Sakshi Chainwala.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Thank you so much for having me here.
yeah.
So, something sweet has always been a very special part of my life. I've always, since childhood, I've always been gravitated towards baking. I baked my first cake when I was 12, and then there was no stopping by. So, this is how I started my journey of something sweet bakehouse, where we bake delectable treats, we do customized cakes, cupcakes, cookies, and a lot more.
Okay. But what made you get into NIFT and all that? Let us hear about that journey.
So I was always inclined towards creative field. So I started my career. I studied in NIFT. I got my design degree, but somewhere or the other, I was always coming back to baking. Even when I was studying, even when I was working as a designer, the topmost fashion companies, I would always bake whenever I used to get time. I used to always bake for my friends, family, and everybody. So this is how, after few years of working in the industry, I felt like this is something where my true passion lies, and that is how I took the step of starting something sweet and designing cakes.
So designing from designing clothes, you went into designing
Yeah,
the
see, my philosophy is very simple. Design is design.
yeah.
Lift helped me get a strong foundation in having a strong detail of color, of composition, and now all those detailing, all those learnings, I transfer into my cakes and give a overall experience to the customers, which is very valuable to them.
What I found very interesting in your biography when I was reading, how did you hit that word called something sweet? This is a very unique.
Yeah, so actually, there's a little bit of story behind this.
Oh,
So I wanted a name which is very commonly, very easy for people to remember. I didn't want something fancy. And we always think about, when we are thinking, what to eat after for desserts, what to eat. I want to have something sweet.
ah,
So this name actually, I took a trip to Andamans,
okay,
and there I got the inspiration from a cafe, and that is how this name stuck with me, and something sweet was born.
okay. So what were your initial hiccups when you started something sweet?
See, starting a business is never easy, but for me the biggest challenge was the shift of my mindset from a creative professional to a business owner. There is you need to know, you need to learn a lot of things along the way. You need to know about costing, accounting, marketing. Suddenly I was doing everything. You need to know, when you run a business, you need to know about all these aspects as
Yeah.
well.
What was your first customer like?
I started selling to people around me that were my friends and family. So I remember my first customer was a colleague of my sister's, and she initially started just to support me. She had ordered, but once she ordered from us, she became more close to me than my sister.
Uh,
So she would always encourage me, and she was very happy with the services that we provided. So much so that she would leave everything on me. Like, she would just say, "This is the occasion, this is what I need, and I know you'll do the best thing." So when you have such customers, such people around, so it feels like a blessing.
what was your family's role in starting something sweet?
So I stay in a joint family, and trust me, it has been a blessing because family has played such a significant role in something sweet bakehouse. Because as an entrepreneur, when you start small. So your family support, like everybody, like I have my aunt, uncle, my mom, dad, brother, sister, everybody's support, motivation, and also to change the career. Like, I started as a fashion designer, but switching your career from a designing clothes to baking is a shift. So without your family's support, my family's support, it wouldn't have been possible. So my family has played a very, very important role in something sweet
Can you say
bakehouse.
kind of a backbone support role and all that?
Absolutely, they have been the backbone since the start. They have been a backbone to something sweet bakehouse. In fact, I would like to add a little note. Whenever we have bulk orders or we have time crunch, I always fall back on my family and my aunts, my brother, sister. Everybody becomes my sous chef, and they all help in, and that is something which keeps me motivated and keeps me going.
All right. I was when I was reading, what I want to ask you is, you chose 100% eggless cakes. Well, no, we want to know from you what are the challenges that you faced doing 100% eggless cakes, and why did you choose 100% eggless cakes?
Absolutely. Very nice question because I have been brought up in Hyderabad. And while I was growing up, I always found a lack in quality 100% eggless treats. Like wherever we used to go earlier, all the cakes would be egg, containing egg. And like me and my family and my near friends also follow a vegetarian diet. So I also saw there's a gap in the market. There is a gap for quality eggless treats. I wanted to carve out a niche of my own, and that is how I started 100% eggless treats. Also, one of the things that I've found is for people who are used to eating egg treats, like they have egg in their desserts, they don't find a difference now in the eggless treats. The taste wise, the look, everything is the same. So that has been one of the greatest accomplishments.
Wow. Can you give us what are your customers are telling about you?
Always enjoy taking feedbacks and interacting with my customers. So, as a part of something sweet customer experience, after a cake is delivered, I always, ask their feedback, and it makes me so happy to get such positive responses. See, for me, when I bake a cake, when I decorate it, I know I have made it with a lot of hard work, and it's natural for me to appreciate it, to find beauty in it. But others who just look it as a transaction, at least that's what I think. But for them, going out of the way and giving such positive feedbacks and always trusting something sweet bakehouse for their memorable occasions also makes me motivated to work even harder, to their belief in something sweet is what keeps me going. So I always have a lot of fun. I find a lot of joy in interacting with my clients and customers. We have been blessed to have positive feedback
What is that one thing which is specializing
in something
in
sweet.
something sweet bakehouse? Because what I hear from you is you're not calling it as cakes, you're calling it as treats. So
Yes.
that's the difference which I clearly
Yeah.
see.
So there are a lot of products that we offer in something sweet bakehouse. Of course, our specialization is in 100% customized cakes and brownies. But we also offer different kinds of cupcakes, cheesecakes, cookies, and a lot more.
A lot more.
But the specialization lies in the customized 2 tier, 3 tier cakes and brownies.
How far you deliver it?
So we deliver all across the city. So delivery is not an option, and nowadays, like, you have a lot of ways to deliver.
Now you're doing 100% eggless cakes.
Yes.
Okay. Typically, we have a feeling that cake means there is a 100% egg.
Yeah.
Now you're saying 100% eggless cake.
Yes.
So what are the problems that you really face while baking the cake?
That's an interesting question. So I would like to say that this is a misconception that a cake always needs to have an egg to be soft, to have that sponge. That is a misconception. But of course, baking eggless cakes is a challenge. you need to make sure the ingredients are of the accurate measurements, they are mixed in the accurate temperature, and the ratios and the balance between them needs to be maintained. I'd like to say that as much as baking is an art, it is also science, because the temperature of the ingredients also matters a lot. Like when you mix your milk in the, or the cream in the flour, so all those temperatures play a very important role in eggless baking especially. So those are few of the things you need to take care while making an eggless cake.
Sakshi, I really want to know about the transition that you really made from designing dresses to the international repute designers to starting a baking this thing. Something really, I feel something about it.
Yeah. So I believe that all the skills that I learned in designing has created a strong foundation in me. I've built a detail of color, and all the skills that I've learned in designing has helped me, has made the transition very easy to baking, because in designing also you need to have that creative mindset, you need to have the accurate measurements. Even few centimeters of the measurements, if you go here and there, it spoils the whole garment. Likewise in baking you need to be very accurate. Few grams also play a very very significant role, it matters a lot in the recipe. So if you say, it's more or less has been a very detail oriented job in the both sectors.
So attention to detail is what you
Absolutely,
you're good
we
at.
swear by it.
You swear by it. Swearing is a good word. Sakshi, one good message that you really want to give young men and women who really want to become an entrepreneurs.
So I really love this quote from Walt Disney, that to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So as long as you just start the work, you build from there, and you know all the steps will follow. So that is what I would like to tell all the people who want to start their entrepreneurial journey.
It was a wonderful learning and understanding about you, your business, your family, your background, and the message that you gave to young entrepreneurs who want to start business and all that. Sakshi, the special thing which I really want to mention is you're not calling them as cakes or calling them as treats.
Yeah.
That's one thing which really struck me. You know, I was very
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for inviting me and making me a part of this project Udan. It has been a wonderful day and a wonderful journey, sharing my business journey with all of you. And here I've got a few treats for everybody. These are our classic signature eggless brownies, and we also have few assorted chocolates, and there is Raksha Bandhan coming as well. So we have planned quite a few things. We have curated chocolate bars, especially Rakhi edition. So do click on the link below, like, share, and follow to know more. Thank you.
we had Sakshi Chainwala. She shared about her journey, transforming herself from designing dresses to designing cakes. It is as easy as fish taking to water. That is what we all understood. She is not calling them as cakes or something else, but she is calling them as treats. So when you order a cake from her, it is a treat actually coming to your home. It is not a cake anymore. So the treat is with your entire family. The way she started, the way her family supported her, the way she put her passion, interest, and everything. She gave her life to build this business called Something Sweet, a name which is very, very different in the marketplace. So we had a privilege of her spending a lot of time despite her busy schedule, sharing her entire life with her. So we are privileged to hear her journey, and it is an inspiring story where a lot of young entrepreneurs, men and women who really want to take up entrepreneurship should must see this video and then get inspired. If any more information, please like, follow, and share Project Udon on YouTube, and then you will get a lot of inspiring stories. Thank you for being with us.